Buying gloves can be a huge minefield. There are so many gloves on the market out there. I'm trying to do a video to help you, give you some guidelines on what you should be looking for in a glove. And gloves are all subjective to what you prefer. You've got two types. You can buy PU or you can buy leather. Now these ones on top are PU, these ones here are leather. So you can see there's no difference in appearance and the quality is still just as good. However, the leather gloves will last you much longer than the PU gloves. So if you're doing boxing a lot during the week or you're sparring, I would definitely buy leather gloves. It's worth investing in that. But if you only got the gym once or twice a week, doing a bit of pads, doing some bags, there's no problem buying PU gloves. Colour wise, it's up to you. These are just the basic colours, but also Pro Box do more sort of like silvers and golds and whites. So it depends on what you prefer on the colour. The other thing that might be quite confusing is the ounce gloves. Now these are 10, 12s and 16s, but they start at 8s, 10, 12, 14 and 16. If you are sparring, I would not recommend you do anything lower than a 14. And this is for health and safety. Remember, you're punching someone in the face, you're practicing, you're not in a fight, you're not trying to knock them out. So a 14 to 16 ounce will offer your opponent who's sparring with more protection, but it will also give you more protection on your knuckles and your wrists. Is what you want really. We're not talking about longevity always with boxing. So sparring, definitely 14 to 16, or if you're a bit of a big person, I would have a 14 to 16. Anyway, if you're just doing pads and bag work. For a lighter person, you can go down to like 12, maybe a 10 if you're quite small. Then, I mean, I'm only 5'1", but I prefer 14s when I'm doing pad and bag work because it just gives me that little bit of ounce of heaviness, so it makes me train a little bit harder. So that doesn't matter really on the ounce, but you know, if you're like a 4 foot something person, don't be putting 16 ounces on if you're just going to come in and hit the bags. Just do it a bit lighter. So you've got your ounce gloves there. Sometimes they're small, medium and large on some places, and again it depends. It's all how it fits with your hands. But to be safe, if you're just doing it in the gym, you're just going for a class and no sparring, go for a 12 or a 14 even. If you're sparring, definitely heavier. When it comes to sparring, you've also got lace gloves or velcro gloves. Now, the difference is here, you'll see the lace gloves here. These are quite nice lace gloves. When you pull it tight, they just give you a bit more sort of stability on that wrist. Now, I would not use these for doing pad classes because you've got to take them on, take them off with every round. Unless you're in the ring doing a lot of pads and not taking your gloves off for a long period of time, then you can wear lace. Or if you are sparring, you wear lace. Just make sure when you do tie the laces around, you tape them up. Rather than just having to tuck them in all the time, you want to really get it nice and tight. So I would not use lace gloves if you're doing classes where you're switching pads and gloves all the time, because it adds time on in between. You can see the difference here with the Velcro here. So this is the same glove but just in Velcro, just to give you an idea. It's easy on and easy off. You can just fasten it up again. So this is just for ease on the Velcro. So you've got lace or Velcro there. So remember, sparring really, or if you're doing a long round on the pads with a trainer. Otherwise you just want to go for Velcro. The other difference with some of the gloves is some of them, the gloves have got more padding on the knuckles and some of them carry more of the weight in the wrist. Now again, that depends what you want to feel. Like when I was fighting, I wanted to be having like less padding here and more weight here because I wanted to really be able to feel the shots. But the padding just gives your knuckles extra protection, which is great. And it depends which you prefer, whether you want to feel it a little bit more. But remember, having that extra padding is not a bad thing, it's a great thing because it's going to protect your knuckles from getting injured alongside your wraps. So it's up to you on colour wise. I've talked about the ounce gloves, I've talked about the difference between PU and leather. So I hope this has really helped you purchase your next pair of gloves for boxing.